Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington football team. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First time with J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Sullivan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Haskins will throw. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
At the 40. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 1st down, Gilchrist. And only only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there. Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. With this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Dobbins. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you didn't. They deciphered that one correctly.
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
Washington 6.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start the drive with Love here. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On the tackle.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Haskins on third down. Man open, it's Moss complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. On first down, here's Love. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Ravens 7, Washington 6.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
On play action, Haskins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on first. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Sullivan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd down, Sullivan flushed out right. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll run with Dobbins. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. One more time with Dobbins. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check, Lucky. Check 99. Check 99. Slip.
Running to start the drive is Love. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. Big yardage that time for Washington. 44 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
38-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. 22, a big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
First down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Mack. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Dobbins. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a carry for Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
A final shot before break. Sullivan. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
That's the end.
So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he'll find Hall. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the gun, it's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 43 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Let's go, baby.
Throwing again, here's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
56, Mike 56, right there, 56.
Throwing again, Haskins. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
56 to Mike, boy, 56. Check 56.
Haskins going to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He finds an opening past the 40. The 40. 30. And all the way down to the 27. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Tackle made by Chase Young. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Back to throw. Sullivan. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
And a Raven 1st down.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? To throw on second down. Sullivan feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Back now at FedEx Field. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. They come up here on 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
It's a gain of 2.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So that one will be accepted. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the gun, Sullivan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. From the gun, Sullivan eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 25 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
Dobbins on the carry.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
48-yard line.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The ball carrier.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And it's 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Looking to throw. Sullivan. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Devin Duvernay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On the run, he'll let it go. And got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
About to find out. On second down, it's Love. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to... yet again, Haskins is intercepted. Third time. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Third down.
Off play action. Sullivan. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Number 88.
A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. And he'll throw right away. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be sound. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And the pressure gets to him again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Dobbins. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Pick it up. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Tonight's final score, Ravens.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.